Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know I look a hot mess. So this foundation originally, we're just jumping right in. I know. But look, this foundation literally at first was for sewing. Things changed. I didn't want to do a sewing anymore. I was too tired to do a damn sewing. I'm just pouring right here because basically that's where I'm going to put the protectant because I'm going to leave that part out. It's a leave out. I am doing the closure behind the hairline. Anyone else ever have a hard ass time taking the stocking cap off your ear to pull it? Basically what I'm doing is I'm just making a little hole so I can put my ear around so it's flat and I can actually, place the protectant on without it being bubbly or anything like that, because I wish I would get a little bit of hair glue on my hair. I will lose my mind. But you see right here, I'm just labeling where the closure is going to go, and I'm going to draw lines to the back on both sides, as well as like a little loop. You'll see later on that I I kind of butchered the loop. There was some extra space. It was fine. There was protectant on it. It dried. Everything was cool. So this is the protection I'll be using today. It's from EBIN. Now, I know there was some controversy about this brand like earlier. I think it was last year. I don't know. I have amnesia. No, I don't. Kind of. Anyways, there was controversy, but let me tell you something. It was on hand, and it actually does a really good job. Now, have I ever used any other brand? No. I don't like testing things on my head. You know what I mean? But I usually do like a really thin layer first and I dry it down because I just don't like that goopy mess just sitting on my scalp. And then you have to wash it out later. And mind you, I have braids in, so that means it will get directly on my scalp. I didn't want all that. So I'm just making a little protective layer first. It's actually the next day. I try to trick you out by putting the same shirt on, but come on now. I did a second layer. I let it dry like overnight. I let it get dry before I fell asleep, like on the top layer, but I let the rest dry overnight. But now I'm just cutting off the excess. And basically, I'm just cutting off everything where the protectant isn't touching. So this middle piece where the closure is going to go, that's getting cut off as well. I always do my closure first. I know some people do it last, but it just helps me with the rest of my foundation. And it's way neater. Way neater. I'm also using this tint lace spray. I'm using it on my head because I just don't want the lace just rubbing on my hair and cause breakage. And so it's just like basically spritz, and also adds a little color. But I'm just showing you everything that's being left out. There's two braids in the front. That's going to be leave out. I'm also spraying that lace melt on the actual lace to tint it a little bit. It was a little pale for my skin tone, and the spray was a little orange, but it is what it is. We're going to work with it. Right here, I'm just measuring how far I need to bring it forward, as well as where I'm going to start sewing it at. So yeah, first initially, I was trying to sew it, but it just wasn't being still. Usually when I do this on other people's head, I ask them to hold the other side. I don't have that luxury today. It's just me. And it wasn't working out. So I ended up just taking it off and gluing that thing down. I just glued it down. I didn't care anymore. I didn't care. But after I glued it down, I did sew it down because I wish my little closure would fly off my head and embarrass me. No. No.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
Literally. But yeah, like I said, after I glued it down, I did sew it down all the way around the perimeter. Since it was glued down, I didn't do like super tight. I never do it super tight. But what I mean is I didn't do it like super close together. There was no need. It was a 2-week hairstyle that I kept in for 3 weeks. We ain't gonna talk about it. Anyways, you can see that thing wasn't moving. It wasn't going nowhere. Hey, well, look at these bundles. Actually got a vendor. I got it from a vendor in Houston. It was really nice. They're really nice. I still have them. I will be using them again, but they weren't even that expensive, but I will be using them again because they were actually that nice. But sadly, since this was a quick weave instead of a sewing, I did have to cut the tracks, which is perfectly fine. I will be reusing them regardless. They did not tangle at all, but as you can see, I measured the back, I cut it for my desired track length, and then I just glued it down. What you're about to see right here I glued a long piece from one temple all the way to the other temple. That just ensures that there's a little bit of hair in my face because I got a big ass forehead, let's be honest here. But before I did that big loop, I did glue down 2 straight tracks along my nape, and then I did the one from temple to temple. And yeah, basically what you're gonna do, you're just gonna keep repeating these steps for the next 2 hours just about, and ensure that it dries down before you start brushing it through and everything. And as you see here, I'm just lining it up and then pressing one side down, and then I'm gonna go ahead and press the other side down and make sure that thing is secure. No. But yeah, and then I'm gonna get my blow dryer. I'm just gonna put it on the lowest heat, which is cold, and I'm just gonna dry them down just to ensure, because I'm about to brush them up and put it away because we're gonna start on the 3rd set. I like to split my head into 2, so I do the back, and then I do where that little circle is with bullet bill part of my head is at, and then I use the front part, and you'll see that soon. Okay, that was sooner than I actually thought. So as you can see, I did the bullet bill part of my head, and then I'm gonna brush that, and I'm gonna put away as well. I think I said 2 earlier. I meant 3. You know what I meant. I put into 3 parts. You see right here, the little squares that are left, that's the 3rd section, because those are going to be put straight down. There's not going to be a single curve. So as you can see, I'm finally on my 3rd and last bundle, and I messed it up. I cut it. It's fine. It's fine, because you see how thick that bundle is. There was more than enough left. I knew y'all were going to have questions on how I like flatten out the pieces that are in a circle bundle. Basically, I just get a flat iron. I put it and make it get straight, you know, with a little bit of heat. Press it with firm pressure for about, I'd say like 10 seconds. Take it off, and it's real flat. Okay, y'all, at this point, I was over it. The bundle done tangled. Who knows why? It is what it is, but we're going to move on. As you see, I'm just measuring how many pieces I have left because I'm being so gosh darn impatient. And yeah, you see how I made a little split so I don't cut any more of the bundle? Yes, sir. Here we go. We're flattening it off again. And you want to explain to me why they started making bundles and circles anyway? Can they go back to making them things flat? That it was way better when the bundle was like more of a rectangle like shape, because then you'd get like just a couple of pieces that have that weird ass bent shape. But no, now they want to have circle bundles all the time. And somebody, y'all didn't come here for this, my bad. But yeah, as you saw earlier, you saw me do that little thing with my finger. That's just me measuring. So I usually do the wefts in the front of my head about a finger worth apart because I do not want it to be too bulky. The front of my head naturally isn't very thick anyway, so it just doesn't make any sense. But now I'm just brushing it off. You can see like there's a little straight piece because I was testing to see if it could take heat. And it did. It took heat very well. A little too well because that thing did not curl back up. When it got wet, it did. But it stayed straight. It stayed straight. And I got 4B hair. Yeah. No, that didn't go well. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. But yeah, now you can see here, I'm just brushing it out so I can put it up. I don't want it to tangle while I, put it in a ponytail. Just brushing it back. Make sure everything is tidy. Make sure there's no tracks slipping or anything like that. And I'm just going to go ahead and tie it up because now we're going to get busy. We're about to get busy with this leave out. So I went ahead and took it down and washed it because I ended up getting a little bit of that protectant in there. Now I was going in with the Mazzani. This is a leave-in conditioner, but it also has a SPF and it also has heat protectant. But I really wish I just used my regular heat protectant because this thing did not keep my hair straight, which was perfectly fine. At least I know it protected it. My curls came back and within a couple of seconds, truly. But I'm trying my best to just do one pass because I know I'm going to go over with the hot comb later. But I'm making sure this one pass is very thorough. Very thorough. But you see right here, I'm feeling it a little bit. Looking back on it, it's kind of cute anyway, girl. Yes. Oh my gosh. And look at all that dang hair. And I used 1 and like a fourth of a bundle. I mean 2 and a fourth of a bundle. I did not use that much hair. I also have a small head, so keep that in mind, but a big ass face and I'm fat as hell. Anyways, yes, sir. Look at that middle part. I was feeling it too. This part also messed it up. It made the closure way too shiny. way too shiny, and it did not blend with my hair because I didn't put any on my hair because I didn't want to revert. But yes, we're doing the good old stocking cap method. We're gonna blast it with some air. It's like warm. I wouldn't say it's hot. It's not cold, but it's like warm. And bing bada boop, look at it. Woo, so pretty, so pretty. But yes, we're going in with the hot comb now. And you see what I was saying earlier? The lace tint was very orange, but it's okay. And here I am filling it again. Yes, as I should. Now I'm going in with this root touch-up spray. I'm going to go ahead and part my leave out of the way. And wherever the part isn't at, so like the middle part, I'm spraying off this tint because I need it to blend into my natural hair. And that little tint was like peeking through just a little bit. If my hair moved, I knew it would. And so I just sprayed it, and then I sprayed my hair, and it was beautiful. Now, later on, I did burn the fuck out of my fucking scalp because I decided to hot comb my fucking leave out. But I had already sprayed that dumb ass spray, and then it fucked up my scalp. And now I have a bald spot. It is what it is. It's okay. And you know, at first I was blaming on something that happened when I was a kid, but actually, no. No, it's probably because I burned it, because before I did this hairstyle, it wasn't that bad, because I'm looking at it right now. Anyways, we're just going to flat iron it. We're just flat iron the whole head. And you see how voluminous it still is? I want it more like a blowout. I did not want a pin straight. I don't look good with pin straight hair, especially dark pin straight hair.
Not know what you just started. Me and my bitch go naughty. Give a fuck about this party. We gon' step on she regardless. Get my goon and swipe that bitch, and now the spirit.
Hey, I'm back. You missed my voice? I know you didn't. It's okay. It's okay. You don't gotta tell me. Don't tell me you didn't miss my voice in the comments. It's fine. You saw that wave right there? That was kind of cute. Ooh, look at that body, yada, yada, yada. Anyways, now I'm just like combing it towards my face because I'm about to cut like some layers. I wanted to do layers on my whole head, but I then again did not feel like actually doing the work of doing layers on my whole head. So I just did some layers in the front, some face framing layers. And I always start from like the corner of my mouth, and then I tilt it down to like my chin at like a 45-degree angle. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some curls to the front as well as the bottom. And we're pretty much done now.
Enough for me, hear the engine roar. Sweet sport, I got somewhere to be, little baby, I'm important. Glock 19, it came with a drum. Yeah, that's my favorite gun. Ask if he my only nigga. I said no, but you my favorite one.
Ah! Yeah, y'all, it was hot in Houston, y'all. It was so dang hot. And I was like, yeah, my face is sweating, my hair's sweating, but look, it was worse than I thought. It was worse than I thought. And I had classes all damn day, too. Jesus. But it was cute. It was cute. I ended up wearing a headband that day, and it saved it. It was perfectly fine. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. I'll talk to you later. Bye!